Welcome to your yoga practice today. So I'm going to begin by kneeling on a block. If you don't have a block to hand, no worries at all. Please feel free to modify the first posture. So I'm going to arrive kneeling, palms of the hands, one on top of the other, into the lap, and softly rolling the shoulders down the back. When you feel ready, gently closing the eyes and giving yourself time to arrive into this present moment. Being aware of the ground beneath you, of things going on around you. Being aware of the breath of your body, of how you're feeling emotionally, taking it all in. And without changing anything, simply acknowledging everything. Being aware of the path of the breath as we start to move the physical body. So rolling into the shoulders, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears and sliding the shoulders down the back. Coming into the neck, dropping the right ear to the right shoulder, pausing here, feeling the space, and then taking the left ear to the left shoulder. Be delicate with the neck, slowly bringing the chin to the chest. Feel the space open up in the back of the neck. And then taking the eye line up, fluttering the eyes open, opening through the throat. Let's take our hands behind the head. Inhale as we open the chest wide into a cat and cow. Exhale as we bring the chin to the chest, elbows come forwards. So you're inhaling as you open up through the front body here, and exhaling as you curve through the spine. So moving the body with the breath, inhaling as you make space through heart center, exhaling as you curve through the spine. Moving at your pace, slowly bringing the right hand down towards the ground, taking a side bend here. Peel that left elbow all the way back. Moving gently as you transition to the other side, left hand comes down, right elbow peels back here, making space through the rib cage, through the side body. And then gently, when you're ready, coming back up and inhale, open those arms to a gorgeous wide V before exhaling to float the arms down in front. Let's make our way onto all fours, giving yourself a moment to arrive. Coming into our cat and cow. Inhaling, opening through heart center. Exhaling, curve the back, rounding the spine. Taking your time here to mobilize through the back, create some movement. Releasing any tension through the back of the body. Slowly tuck in the toes under and make your way back to a kneeling posture again. Inhaling, sweep the arms up, taking hold of the forearms, just framing the face. Now as we arrive here, you're sitting down onto the heels with the toes tucked under. Peel the arms back, maybe closing the eyes. Take a moment to breathe. I know this is quite an intense stretch for the feet here, so slow down the breath. And when you're ready, lift the hips, reach all the way up to the ceiling. Gently placing the hands onto the lower back, finding a camel variation. Pressing the hips over the knees, roll the shoulders down the back, opening the entire front body. Uncurl the toes, lead with the bottom towards the feet and bow down into child's pose. Whilst you're here, maybe you might like to massage your feet. So I'm just using my thumbs and my fingers to release any tension through the feet, balls of the feet, the heels, the toes, or maybe you might like to find some stillness. Let's slide those hands forwards, finding a gorgeous child's pose here, breathing into the back of the body. And then delicately curve the back, rippling yourself forwards and coming all the way down onto your fronts in your own time. Hands underneath the shoulders, we slide up into cobra. And then once you feel okay, we lead with the hips coming into downward facing dog. Now let's press the left heel down, lift the right heel completely. And then switch. We press the right heel down and lift the left heel. Same again, taking a little alternate pedal here, opening up through the backs of the legs, through the calves. And then allow both heels to press down heavy towards the ground, lengthening through the spine. taking a lovely ripple here to come back down onto the knees, uncurling the toes and finding that child's pose again. Turning the palms of the hands over now, so the palms of the hands are face up, thumbs are turning out to the sides. Breathing into the shoulders, sliding the hands towards the knees. And now we're on a kneeling posture again. Right hand comes across the body, left arm reaches up and takes a gorgeous twist. So now we're looking over the left shoulder, lengthening through the spine. Using that right hand to press yourself a little bit further away from the midline. And we change sides. Looking up and over that right shoulder. Every time you inhale, lengthening, lifting taller. And every time you exhale, twisting a bit further. Bringing yourself back to the front. Sliding the hands forwards. Arriving in an extended puppy now. So chest coming down to the ground. Tailbone lifting high. Feel the shoulder blades kissing together in the upper back here. And then rippling ourselves down to a Sphinx pose. Forearms on the ground, elbows under shoulders, eye lines looking forwards. Lowering down to the ground, hands underneath shoulders again, lifting up to our cobra. And then leading with the hips, finding that downward facing dog. Maybe having a little fidget, and then allow yourself to be still here. Let's sweep the right leg up and then bend that right knee, bringing it towards the chest, stepping the right foot in between the hands, and then sweeping those arms up. Let's find a high lunge here. So right knee is bent, left leg is straight, spine is long. Opening up, so we're going to open into warrior two. Pop your left heel down, arms float out, gazing down the right fingertips. Keeping the shoulders over the hips and then sweeping the right arm up, finding a peaceful warrior here. So resting the left hand gently on the left thigh. Wimble those arms forwards to an extended side angle variation. Right forearm to right thigh. Left arm is reaching. Peel that eye line up so that the arm doesn't collapse in front of the face. Coming back to shoulder height with the arms, we then extend the right leg, slide forwards and find a triangle pose, keeping both legs as straight as you can here. Try not to lock out through the knees, opening through the chest the entire time. And then as we bend into the front knee, we sweep the arms, arrive back into our warrior two pose. Floating both hands over, framing that right foot. Maybe have a little rock to find your high lunge. Sweeping the right arm now up towards the ceiling. So we find a twist here. Keep pressing that left heel away. Opening through heart center. And then reaching the right arm all the way to the back of the mat. So squeeze those shoulder blades together. Bringing the right hand down to the ground and sweep that right leg up, three-legged downward facing dog. Let's take a moment to resettle in downward facing dog, both feet onto the ground. And then sweeping the left leg up when you're ready, bringing the left knee through towards the chest and stepping the left foot in between your hands. Sweeping both arms up to the ceiling, finding that high lunge, pressing that right heel away. Ground down through that front leg and then opening up to our warrior two. So the right heel goes down, we open the arms out and gaze the eye line down the left hand. Sweeping up into our peaceful warrior. So still staying strong in those legs, lifting up and out of the pelvis here. Wimbling those arms to our extended side angle variation. So left forearm to left thigh, right arm is reaching over, lengthening down the side body. Slowly sweeping the arms back to our warrior two. And then extending the front leg, slide forwards into our triangle. So back of the left hand on the inside of the left leg and right arm is reaching up towards the sky. Keep pressing those hips forwards, opening through the hamstrings. Gently bend into the front leg, sweep those arms back to our warrior two. Beautiful work. Let's float the arms over, framing the left foot again. Taking a little rock here, arriving in our high lunge, sweeping the left arm up to the ceiling now for a twist, really wringing out through the waist. Gently reaching the left hand to the back of the mat, Opening through the chest here, going a little deeper into the pose. And then both hands come down as we sweep the left leg up, three-legged downward facing dog. Arriving in your downward facing dog here, and then gently rippling the body forwards, finding a high plank. Ground down through those hands before lowering to the knees, uncurling the toes, lowering the body down and sweeping up through into a cobra once again. Lead with your bottom. Let's find a child's pose, bowing the head down towards the ground. Gently taking both hands over to the left, right hand goes on top of left, allowing both shoulders to square off to the ground here, breathing into the right side body. Creeping those hands across through center over to the right, and the left hand goes on top of the right. Gorgeous breath here as you allow yourself to go a little deeper. Bringing those hands back to the center and rippling yourself through, finding a downward facing dog in your own time. Let's sweep that right leg up once again, bringing the knee through, stepping the foot in between the hands. Now this time we are going to sweep those arms back up towards the ceiling for our high lunge. Bringing the arms down by your sides, transferring the weight to the right leg, finding a warrior 3. So the left leg sweeps up here, kind of like a T shape, finding a little balance. Before we bend back into the right leg so that you can step your left foot back, sweep the arms up, finding high lunge once again. Gently taking your time here to twist left arm forwards, right arm back. So a little bit of a different variation here. Grounding down through the legs, finding your balance before sweeping those arms back up to the ceiling and float the hands down to frame the foot. This time, let's pop our left knee down and curl the left toes, sweeping the right arm up. So we come into our twist again, but now we're in a low lunge. Keep pressing the left hip forwards. Sweeping the right hand back towards the end of the mat. And if it's available for you, bending the left leg and taking hold of your left foot. So really try and roll the right shoulder blade back. Keep pressing the left hips forwards and make sure the right knee's not flailed out. Coming into half split when you're ready. So straightening the right leg, flexing the right foot. I'm going to move with the breath, inhaling as we lift the spine and exhaling as we fold over. Feeling this open up through the back of the hamstrings, the back of the calf. Let's bend into that right leg, lift the left knee and sweep back, finding that three-legged downward facing dog. Arriving in your downward facing dog, both feet on the floor. Let's repeat on the left. So left leg comes up. We bring the left knee gently through to the top of the mat. Ground down through the feet as we sweep up into our high lunge here. Feeling really powerful now. Gently, we're going to bring the arms down by your sides. Transfer the weight to the left leg and find our warrior 3. So testing our balance for a brief moment in practice today. Slowly bending into the left leg, stepping the right foot back, sweeping the arms up for our high lunge. Coming into that twisted variation again now. So right arm comes forwards, left arm comes back. Try to slide the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep the back leg strong if you can. Bringing the arms back up to the ceiling, float them down to the ground. The right knee comes down and we uncurl the right toes. Sweep that left arm up to the ceiling, finding our twist here. And then taking it even further as you reach towards the back of the mat. Only if it's available for you, picking up the right foot, pressing the hip flexor forwards, pulling that left hip back, and rolling the left shoulder blade down your back. A really powerful posture here today. Sweeping the hands forwards, we lengthen the left leg, flexing the foot, find that half split on the other side. Inhale as you make space through the spine and exhale as we fold over that leg. Breathing some love, some light into the back of your left leg here. Bending into the left leg, lifting the right knee and sweeping back into your three-legged downward facing dog. Let's take it downward facing dog, extend through the spine and then ripple that body forwards, finding that high plank once again. Lead with the tailbone, come back into our last downward facing dog of this practice and take as many steps as you need to walk into a standing forward fold. Taking hold of the forearms, we frame the head. Make sure the weight's in the toes, not the heels, and find some stillness here. Allow the body to dangle, to release any tension. And then release the hands, bend those knees, making your way onto your bottom. A boat pose here, so lifting both legs, reaching the hands down either side. If that's too much, you could hold onto the back of the thighs. Draw the belly in, scoop and hollow. Take a few big, powerful breaths as we finish in this strong core posture to end our practice. And then gently allow yourself to peel down and arrive in our Shavasana Pose. So take a big breath, a big sigh, allow the eyes to close and allow your body to be still. After that gorgeous practice, feel all of the energy freely moving around your body in your hands, your feet. Feel the space through heart center, through the chest, the tummy, the hips, and allowing yourself to simply be, letting go of anything that's holding you back, anything you're stressed or anxious about. Leave it here on the mat. Placing your hands over your eyes, setting yourself an intention for the rest of your day. And then gently make your way onto your sides and up to seated in your own time. Arriving in a comfortable seated posture, hands into our lap as we began our practice today. And just reminding yourself of how important it is to look after you. Namaste.